we all land on this planet. Whether I mean, a beast man could be a stowaway, or you might just be visiting the planet on a pilgrimage as a priest, or as a warrior, you might be looking to get some kind of training or something. For some reason, for any reason, the players, as their racing classes, have come to this planet. Whether you were caught and deemed a mutant, or whether you were somehow displaced, you land on this docking area of this planet, this hangar area, and you are shoveled into another district that is descending. As you descend into this district, it's a market area, right? So you have like a great bazaar and all these different stalls and merchants from all these different planets and systems that are trading goods with each other and trying to trade currencies and things of the like. And you are continued to be pushed out. You have been, whether this is an administratum error, or whether you are being pushed into the underhive because you're deemed a mutant, because you're something like a beast man or something, and by the grace of the Emperor you were not executed on sight, you are now in this underhive. So
okay, so the campaign and what we'll be taking part of will be in the underhive, not like the actual
right. That's what's happening right now.
Areas.
Right,
yeah, okay.
That's what we're going to experience right now. So you and I are in this group. I assume you're human.
Yeah, I put a human.
Okay, so we're both humans, right? My guy he's clearly a psyker, so they probably shoveled me down there because they were like, witch, and they didn't want to deal with it, so they're like, fuck it, send him to the underhive. And he's clearly a witch. He has the witch eyes, the blue, glowing eyes, real pale, weird motherfucker. And, we're experiencing this at the same time together, and we're shoveled into this area known as the Boil. And behind us, these great gates close. Big automatic gates. They shut. Boom. Behind us is the entrance to the lower hive. Still technically part of the underhive, but not quite a banished district. And
right, so it's the slums is what we're in. We're not to the like actual, living in tents, people just running around murdering you on the spot kind of thing. We're just in the typical slums of the city when we first entered.
Well, where we first entered was a market area, so it is. I don't want to explain too much because we'll get to that eventually. But all we really know, because this is a new planet, even in 40K, nothing is standard. There's billions of planets, or so every planet is different.
Right.
As far as things you saw that were consistent, the armor, this seems like it's a more feudal world. The armor that the planetary defense forces, the police and such, are wearing, it's like they're wearing plate mail armor with more advanced helmets and variations of las guns and auto guns. No man. Already, it's fucking chaos. There is, there's barrels in the street on fire. There's buildings everywhere made out of brick, and some of them are adobe, but all of them are worn and weathered. There's holes in all the roofs. There's holes in walls. You can see into some of the houses. There's gangs fighting. You can see them way down in the distance. Gangs fighting in the streets. And this is what's presented before us. And you and I are just standing next to each other with no idea what the fuck is happening. And there's nothing we can do because there's a gigantic great door behind us. And it's probably, 5-6 feet thick. There's no way we're getting through that. And very tall. We're looking up. You're looking at a damn tower when you look at
right. I've seen Hive Cities before.
Right.
Like, I understand. This is we're lost, is what we are. We got shoved in an area. We know nothing about. Figure out how the fuck we're gonna survive. I mean, I'm assuming they shoved us in here and said, "Figure it out."
Now we're not morons, right? We understand what a hive city is. We understand what an underhive is. We understand the predicament that we're in. There's no way. No one is going to listen to us. No one is going to listen to our plea. You know, we were accidentally shoved here. You may as well be a prisoner saying that. No one's just going to let us back in. The only way is either you survive down here, or you somehow gain an advantage that allows you to leave. Okay.
So, yeah, you go ahead and start, because
I'm not even sure what my guy would do. I'm gonna roll the dice. So my guy, you know, he's got his hood on. He's wearing a
do we
dark red
know
robe.
each other?
You what?
Do we know each other?
I'm gonna say no in this situation.
Okay.
Let's
So
say
we're
we don't know each other. We just know that we've been oppressed at the same time in the same way. So I'm gonna look at you, and remember, you can clearly see that I'm not. This character's not hiding it. Also, in not using a familiar, I did give Psychers familiars because I thought that would be fun. But I'm not sure if it's too fitting, so I'm not going to use it. And then when I look at you, my character has like the witch eyes, so you can see I have fucking glowing blue eyes, light blue. It's very clear that I'm a psyker.
I mean, when you look at me, you can see that I have the fucking, what is it? The divine aura. I mean, apparently I just radiate that shit.
Well, the divine aura just says like you can't hide your alignment. So if I do detect alignment, then I get it.
I see.
You can't hide it.
Okay, so it's only so it was the reason I was saying is because it radiates at all times. So I wasn't sure. If
it's
that
not
was
like
just
visible
everybody,
to the human
or
eye,
you can
though.
only tell when it's detected. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my guy's gonna look at you. So you see the psh on the eyes. Then he's gonna look away. Hood's gonna cover it, and he's gonna do like this.
Alright.
I've consulted with the voices.
Oh shit.
It's okay. My character feels very sick. I'm using mood dice, by the way.
Oh, okay. Alright, so you're...
My character's kind of like, oh, I don't feel so good. The voices are not being very gentle with me at the moment.
Okay, ooh, alright, so I'm gonna feel concerned by that. I'm a priest, and I'm on neutral good, but you are giving me the look, and you're sick, so I'm like, this man is clearly trying to help. So, I'm gonna come over there, and I'm going to tell you to follow my halberd with your eyes, and I'm going to cast light on my halberd, and I'm going to do it the whole eye exam, make sure that you're not, like, on something.
Let's make sure he's not about to fucking turn into a chaos spawn real quick.
Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Do I need to roll for anything? I mean, it's literally me just casting light and then shining the light in your eyes.
My character is just he's gonna allow this. He's not feeling any threat. He's just happy you're not screaming witch and trying to fucking stab him with your halberd.
Alright, I'm going to roll for knowledge arcane to see if I can understand what's happening or if I'm ignorant of this time. Shit. I got no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah, you just know that I'm not feeling too well.
Alright, so next step, I'm going to go, alright, so nothing's going on there. I'm going to use heal, and I'm going to try to, like, do a medical treatment on you, give you any kind of medicines or anything to kind of help you out. I'm worried.
Oh, fuck, I think I have to,
Cool. Okay, cool.
Alright, so you're trying to make sure that I don't do some crazy shit.
Right, so I'm basically doing a not like full health checkup, but I'm just making sure something crazy's not about
as far as you can discern, I just look like I'm sick. Look like I'm
that's what I'm
woozy
saying.
and
I'm
I'm
trying
having a
to
good time.
find what's wrong with you.
Right.
And so I'm using my heal skill, which I'm assuming would allow me to actually, also check and see what's wrong. I mean, to be able to heal somebody, you'd have to be able to identify. So, I'm assuming that those two. Do what?
Yeah, I'm sickly. It's like my nerves. My nerves are making me sick, right? Because the voices are telling me that that's how I should feel because I've been stuck in this underhive. So,
right. So I can now identify that this is just a mental thing happening.
Yeah.
Illness-wise is what I've identified.
Yeah.
Okay. So now my character knows. Okay, no, he's just got something going on in his head.
And that light spell will last for 10 minutes.
Okay. And did you, are you, like, kind of frantic at all? Are you, like, looking around, like, big crowd, worried
I'm not, like, paranoid or anything. I'm just feeling woozy.
Alright,
I'm conscious, right? I can discern what's happening. I can conversate. I can give my insights on what I see.
We could go, like, sit at, like, you know, maybe there's just some fucking rubble we can go over there and sit on, and I can, like, sit you down. Just take it.
So, yeah, around us there are, like I said, you know, to the left there is a broken down brick building. There's a row of streets, old stone road, and it's a mixture of adobe and brick buildings. It looks, it looks very industrial.
Right. I'm going to usher you over to, like, the broken building, right? And I'm going to find this places of rubble that we can just kind of sit on. And I'm like, let's just take a moment. And then when I ask you, like, so how'd you end up here? You know, you just get thrown in here too? Or you know, what's going on kind of thing? What's your backstory? We gotta do something here. I mean, we can skip that part, but we just gotta find a way to actually, you know.
Right, my character is not too keen on talking about his past. All he'll tell you is he's a witch, right? And he's being sarcastic.
Right. I mean, I'm a priest, so I'm assuming I know about, you know, the fucking... I mean, literally one of my skills is magic arcane, so I'm assuming I can be like, alright, so he's...
Yeah, so you're not a member of the ecclesiarchy, but you are a worshiper of... You're an evangelist of your god, you know, you are devout, you are knowledgeable, educated on your religion,
so
at least for what the imperial citizens can be educated with.
Right?
You what?
You're an unsanctioned psyker is what you are.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If the Inquisition finds out that there's a fucking psyker right here, they're coming for me. You know, somehow along the lines, I managed to luck out and get into this underhive because it could have been far worse.
Right. Okay. This is where my knowledge is iffy. Obviously, I'm a priest of the Emperor of Man. I don't think I would try to turn you over to the Inquisition, but at the same time, I kind of feel like they probably would.
I don't know. It's up to your character, man. I don't know your character.
Look at this.
The question is, where are you going to turn me?
You're safe today. Alright.
That's the question. Where are you going to turn me in? We're in the Underhive now. We know what's down here. Mutants. Mutants and witches and wildlife that shouldn't exist. Just mutated creatures and monsters. The Underhive is everything they don't want in the Hive City. They just shove down here.
Alright, well then I'm just gonna, I'm gonna give you my name. Doesn't fucking matter, but give you my name, and I'm like, look, why don't we go sit down, find us something to eat, figure out what our next move is. It wouldn't hurt to have someone kind of watch your back in this situation.
Want to roll my mood dice?
Oh. Hooey.
The voices love this idea.
I'll be damned. This worked out really.
So I suggest we go into this broken down adobe building. We get some cover, get out of the streets before these gangs spot us and see some fresh meat.
Right. Alright, so we go in, I'm going to shine the torch around this. It lasts for 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, so you probably got like 8 minutes left on this. Probably.
Yeah, so I'm going to use the 8 minutes, I'm going to walk through the building, make sure there's no one else in here, find anything that might be useful, and find a good place for us to hunker down and maybe set barricades and things up. Kind of
So
have
high or
us
low?
I'll go high. I like going high.
55? Okay, so just do a search check.
Okay. Which one is search? It's just a +1 on search. Nah, shit. 7.
So, I mean, the building's been ransacked. Pretty much
Right, I
everything
figured
in
that.
this area has been ransacked. It doesn't look like anyone actually lives in these buildings. They probably get hit all the time by scavengers and gang members who are searching for people who have been stuck out here just like we have. There are some rudimentary tools of sorts. You might find some silverware laying around. Not literally silver, but metal eating utensils and maybe a bowl or something like that. Broken chairs, broken furniture. Nothing is going to be in good shape in this building.
Alright, I'm going to take the
Do you have
broken
rations?
chairs.
Bruh.
Oh, well, shit. I never actually updated.
I do. Okay, so I will share. I have 7 rations. I will share. I'm not share a ration with you, but I'll give you a ration.
Right.
I'll eat a ration.
Okay, in that meantime, I'm going to grab us...
A
'cause I know my
token of
stuff's gonna run
friendship.
out. I'm gonna realize, we're running out of light, so I'm gonna take the broken furniture and I'm gonna kind of set it in a pile, and I'm gonna get some bricks and stack them as like a small fireplace around it. And
I'm gonna warn you against the fire. I'm gonna kind of like point over in this direction where the gunshots and shit are, and I'm like, maybe we shouldn't
that's fair.
let everyone aware that we are here.
That is fair. Okay, then I'm gonna try to take as much of the debris as I can and kind of like stack it in front of, like, not at the doorway so it looks like it's barricaded and make people curious, but like further into the building that it's harder to see, and kind of stack it up as if it would be an obstacle for someone to get in, so it would give us a chance to actually, situate ourselves before we sit down and try to plan out and stop worrying about what's around us.
Alright. Let's see if I'm feeling better. No.
No, you're still sick.
Not only am I still sick, but I am. The voices tell me not to leave the building. They are afraid of what waits in the darkness.
Alright, so
Arthur.
at this point, we're sitting in there, we got a little barricade going, it's time to sit back and actually figure out what our next move is. I'm going to use knowledge of history here. Do I know anything about this place at all? Like, I understand it's a new planet, but do I have any...
No. So, it's possible you would know something about the planet above, but not the Undercity. Not the Underhive.
Alright, fair enough.
This is everything that has been banished on this planet. Okay, so where were we? Oh, my guy's afraid to leave the fucking house.
Right. I just said straight up saying, like, we're not going anywhere. We gotta figure out a game plan. We gotta figure out, how we're gonna actually survive this. I mean, I'm assuming I can still hear all kinds of shit going on out there. Right?
Right, you're gonna hear it 24/7 pretty much.
Right, yeah, so I'm like, we need to figure out, A, what our next move is, B, we need to figure out, okay, who are we going to try to, gravitate towards, because we're not going to be able to do this with just the two of us. There's going to have to be some kind of group affiliation here.
Alright.
And then, 3, where can we get our fucking common necessities, where are we going to be able to, like, renew our resources? These are 3 things we need to figure out.
So, let me roll. I'm gonna ask the voices. Is that his character's he's just gonna consult the voices. The voices agree with this. We should find a safer place to camp.
Okay. So are we ready to leave then?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my auto pistol,
Alright.
and I'm just gonna wander into the dark.
Alright, I'm gonna follow behind you. I'll draw my pit.
Alright, high or low?
Going low.
100. That was the first time I rolled 100 since we started playing D&D.
It's the worst case.
So we're going to fight this monster that's in the bestiarium at the back of the supplement. This is an intelligent creature.
Okay.
So we hear this snarl in the dark. So let's do a spot check.
When I hear it, can I react at all? Like, do I have time to cast light again? Cantrip spells I can cast for Nick.
Do a reflex check.
Okay. So it's just based.
I rolled a... $18 on my spot. You roll a 16 for reflex. You cast light. I spotted it in low light, but I'm obviously going to see it in the light. Is it going to pounce? It can get an attack of opportunity on you because you're casting a spell.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did the thing. I made...
So it's going to attack. It has a base attack bonus of +2, and it rolled a 17.
Well,
So
I'm hit.
19. So it hits, and it's going to bite.
Okay.
It's going to be a 1d6. It's 1d6 plus 3. I'm just going to do 1d6. We'll make it it's a small ratchet. Okay? This is a young ratchet.
Alright. They got it.
You take 2 damage. Bite you on the leg. Higher.
Alright.
Catch and release.
At 5. Alright, so roll initiative.
Roll initiatives. So, we got initiative of...
I got 3, so...
With... What's my initiative? Oh, I have improved initiative.
Nice.
And I have 2 dexterity. So, thank God. I have an initiative modifier of 6, and I rolled a 6. So, I have a 12. And then the ratchet, the young ratchet, is going to have 7, is going to have 8. So, it's going to be me, ratchet, and then you. So, this is going to be an experiment. I'm going to try to cast a spell.
Oh, shit. Alright. Dude.
So,
This is gonna go so bad.
so I'm going to try to cast Shock Lance. So what Shock
Right.
Lance is an orison. It's one of those orisons that I made to make the Psychers have a weapon, right? So that is going to... Psyker 0, standard action, 60 feet. No saving throw, so it does not get a saving throw.
In a normal round, you can a standard action and a move action, or you can perform a full round action. You can also swift action or free action.
So I can cast the spell and move, and or I can move and cast the spell.
Yes.
Okay, well I'm not going to do either one, right? I'm just going to fucking cast the spell. I'm going to try to cast the spell, and I think it's going to be easy because it's a level 0 spell. So, the idea here, and this will do 1d6 damage if I can cast it. If I can't cast it, then there's no telling what will happen. So I'm going to try to tame the energies of the warp here. If a Psyker unleashes a spell that reduces their psychic strain by half, the current... Oh yeah, I forgot. Do I use mana, don't I? So I have 10 mana. Plus Psyker's caster level.
Yeah, so see, cast a spell, 1 standard action casting time. So that happens, and you can even use it. I mean, you can get an attack of opportunity, for casting it, but it still happens.
Psyker casts spell as A psychic roll a 1d20 for a DC of the spell's level +1. So I just have, as long as I don't roll a 1, then the spell is going to get casted. If I roll a 1, though, then I'm essentially rolling wild magic on a table that is not very nice.
Yeah, I've read said table.
I rolled an 11.
Alright, so we're safe?
Yep, I just shoot a little lightning thing at him. And that does 1d6, it does 3 damage.
Nice.
And this thing has, what, 13 health?
Yeah. 13. Right there, yeah, 13 health.
Alright. Ratchet's turn. It's going to attack me, because I heard it. Last, anyway. Let's see. So it's going to roll, or do you want to roll for it?
I'll roll for it. What's your DC?
12.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, it's just going to do a 5. Looks like that's a lethal attack, so. Well, it misses.
Fuck yeah, your turn.
Alright, so I'm going to try to hit it with a halberd. 10. What's the AC? A 16? Yeah, I don't fucking hit it. You're up.
Alright, so I need to figure out, did I put down how much spells cost? Oh, I didn't know I made that. Okay. I don't remember. I've done so much stuff. Okay, so 11 to 9, 8. So I have 8 mana. I'm gonna cast Shock Lance again. As long as I don't roll a 1, I should be okay. Rolled an 18. 4 damage.
So it's taken, what, 7?
Yes. You did 2 damage. No, I did 2 damage to you.
Yeah, I have 5 health.
Okay, so
Alright,
7,
turn.
it's taken 7, and then I'm at 8, 7, 6, 5 mana. If a psychic unleashes a spell that reduces their psychic strain by half, this is just a big spell. On the other hand, a psychic that uses... Oh, no. By half of their current strain. So if I cast that again, then I'm going to get -2 to unstable energy. But
Exactly.
is what it is, bro. It's going to attack me again. Oh, yes, you roll. Yes, you.
Alright.
What about you to have anybody else DM this dice?
So 10. Have any attack bonuses?
That's a Poxwalker.
Yeah, I'm at the wrong. There's +6 on it spot.
Yeah, so it hits.
Alright, and it's a 1d6 is what we're doing.
Yeah. 6 damage. Oh, I'd be fucking dead.
Jesus.
I'm
You're knocked
fucking.
out, right?
I'm down. I got 5 health total. That's my max. Is 5. So
Okay, you're down. You're not dead.
yeah, I'm at 0.
Whoa. Fuck.
Or no, I'm at -1. Yeah.
Yeah, you're at -1. So I gotta fix you up here. Okay. Shit.
Oh fuck! Yeah, this thing should have killed us already. It gets an attack of opportunity every time we cast.
Well, you're the one that's been casting spells.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking try to hit him up.
Let's give it just a base attack bonus and not the +6 because that's a bit ridiculous.
Okay. So you just want the +2, so that would have been a 12. So I think that would have been.
would still hit, but
Okay.
just moving forward in our AC, let's just give it like 14 instead of 16.
Okay.
So we try to hit the damn thing.
Well, that's the grapple, the attack. So if it like tried to grapple us, it would get the
So
+4.
I know that I've used Psychic Strain. So I'm going to consult the voices on whether or not to cast the spell or to use my auto pistol.
Wait, aren't you dead?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm fucking down. I'm bleeding
Yeah.
to death. I'm unconscious,
I think we're-
actually.
I think we're already about to die to a rat. I'm just rolling the roll. These don't matter. I'm just waiting for the rat to take its turn.
Oh, so Rat's going to attack you now. It's an 8 plus 1, 9.
9
Plus 2 is 10.
misses. Oh shit, that's 10, so that ties. And I think the tie goes to the attacker.
4 damage.
Shit, I'm at 1 health. Alright, I'm gonna try to hit him with my halberd. Hey, 17.
Alright. You hit.
9 damage.
It's dead. It's fucking dead.
Alright, so I'm immediately
Fucking
gonna
chopped
go.
his head clean up.
I'm immediately gonna go over to you and I'm gonna take like a piece of my shirt and try to like tourniquet you because I don't actually have any healing supplies. So I'm gonna roll for healing and try to like tourniquet you and just get you situated to where you don't fucking die on me. So let me roll for heal. 19.
19. So I'll say like you'll like patch me up. You'll use cloth like scrap cloth around and patch me up to a point that I'm not gonna bleed to death, but I'm not moving anywhere.
Right, obviously.
So
This
I'm in
was
we're in
100%
dark.
just-
We're fucked. I can't move.
Yeah.
Let's roll high or low. I'm gonna say high. The 29. So
That's not good.
this wound will get infected.
Jesus. I don't have any way of like curing it.
You don't have. Did I not give the priest? I may not have given him, and if I didn't, it's for a reason. Because the priest isn't a cleric. It's a mixture of a cleric and
has
paladin.
cure light wounds. Yeah. Problem is I've already cast both my spells for the day.
No, does he? Oh, okay. I was about to say, does he have spontaneous casting for healing? Oh, you get lay on hands. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So you don't have spontaneous casting, but you do get lay on hands.
Yeah. So I'm gonna search for a place for us to hunker down.
Well, I can't move
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to move you.
unless you like make like one of them beds, like the medics movie on. I don't remember what
I have an idea for moving you. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I do have an idea.
the dice will decide.
Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna roll to see if I can find a place for. Is it a spot or search? Which one am I doing?
Search.
Alright, so that is a 18.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you find what is almost a shed. It's a little bit bigger than a shed, but we'll say like a medium-sized shed, right? Not like a shovel like room where you just open it and you stick your shovels and your rakes and shit in there, but it's like a medium-sized shed that you could fit a couple shelvings and a generator, and you could fit a good little amount of stuff in there. Not like a car, but medium size. And it is intact. It has a door that can be braced.
Okay. Anybody inside?
No.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go back to where you're at, and I'm going to basically take your arms, and I'm going to loop them. Imagine a broomstick, like if you were to hold your arms straight out and someone put a broom like right up against your shoulder blades, and then had you reach your arms around so that it hooked into your back, and like your arms were holding the broom in place against you, keeping you really stiff. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm going to say add your heal check to it.
Okay. And then my plan is once I have your arm, I'm going to literally grab the halberd on both sides and drag you into the building. So, you said a heal check?
Yeah. I'm going to say you
That's
pass
24. Alright, so I'm going to use that to get you inside. I'm going to shut the door, brace it, and I won't take a rest, and we're going to try to give you a rest so that you can heal.
Okay. I'm gonna roll.
We got fucked up by a rat, Taylor.
The voices say that it is safe. We should rest. We should sleep.
Okay. Alright, so... Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell me that.
Oh, I'm
You're
unconscious.
Yeah,
You patched me up,
you're
but I'm
out.
still conscious. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Damn,
So,
I finally rolled a happy face, too.
That sucks. So, yeah, no, my character's just staying up like, we just fucking almost died. I gotta make sure this guy...
Yeah, we've only been in this place for like a maximum of 20 minutes.
We're already almost dead. Got fucked up by a rat. Alright, so I'm not sleeping, but does it still count as a partial rest?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do heal some back. Just heal like a D4 worth of
Let's
health.
say
that
like
kind of-
4 hours in, my guy's gonna wake up.
Okay.
And that's when I'll consult the voices and say that. And you do with that what you will. You know, this is not a divination spell. This is just me being a crazy person, basically. But,
Right.
I consult the voices, and they say that it is safe to sleep.
Okay. Well, one, you know, I'm borderline being fucking knocked out when I did all that. I was 2 health, so, you know, I'm ready to pass out. And 2, I do have basic knowledge of arcane, and I do know that, I mean, I don't know how much you actually fucking know. I met you fucking 4.5 hours ago. And all I know is that you are a witch and that you consulted something to do with magic and it said it's safe. I'm gonna fucking trust it and go to sleep.
I'm not gonna roll for an encounter, because if we get encounter, then we're just gonna
We're
die.
fucked. Yeah, we're absolutely fucked.
So we already know the outcome of that. So we sleep, and we are recovered. We recover our spells, we're healed, we're ready to go.
Okay. Alright. Alright, I am going to do a once-over on your check for infections.
Alright.
Do a heal, do a once-over. Oh, that is not.
I guess I'll take it. 17.
Yeah, well, 17 plus 5, so it's 22.
The wound has a slight infection. I suffer a -1 temporary HP penalty.
Okay.
So I'm at 4 temporarily.
Don't know much about, you know, modern medicine, but I do feel like we can cut out an infection.
Let me roll for the voices. What do the voices say? The voices say this is a fantastic idea.
Oh, fuck. Alright. I asked for your dagger, bud. Infection out of here.
Asmodeus is certain this will work.
Alright, so that would be 13.
Alright, I'm gonna take a 1d4 damage. I'm gonna take 1 damage, so I'm temporarily down 1. I take another damage, and then I'm at 3 health. Can you cut out an infection? Is that even possible?
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Cut and drain is what we're gonna do.
Fuck it. High or low?
Alright, we're going, Oh, the guy said low earlier and got a...
You got 100! I know, what the fuck is that?
So, I mean, no way we go high again. I'm going low again.
Yeah, I haven't moved. You saw I haven't moved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of this.
I swear to fucking God, if it's another 100.
It's not 100. It's a fucking 98.
God
Listen to this
damn
to
it.
so that you know. It's good attempts, but that's a 98.
Okay, well, I really wish I would have said high enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So, no, that didn't work. It didn't work. It was a good attempt, but it didn't work.
Alright, well then I'm gonna make sure to pull the wound, like, close together and then wrap it real tight again.
Yeah, you only gotta roll for that. So let's get a move on. out
All
into
right,
the
yeah.
streets of this
help
district.
you up, and we're gonna continue our track through.
So I would like to do a search check.
If it's okay, I'm gonna find a piece of wood or cloth or anything, and I'm going to try to write the directions we take, like by carving it into whatever I have, to know where this shack is from where we're at. So if we don't find anything better, we can come back to it.
Oh, right. I don't think you need a roll for that.
Okay.
You know how to read and write.
Right.
I don't think I don't think most citizens of the Imperium. They're educated and not educated, right? I mean, they're
Right.
propagandized down to fucking basically slavery, but they are not illiterate. I don't believe.
Okay. I wouldn't imagine.
I rolled a fucking 2, so I don't search for nothing. I was looking for people. I wanted to talk to
Right.
someone.
I'm gonna roll a listen check, see if I know we're hearing and shit like that, but I'm gonna see if there's anything close by that piques my interest when I hear. So let me check my listen. I think it's just gonna be a 1, right? No, I have 3 of this. Okay. So, 17.
Around the corner of a building, and it's very difficult to see. We're still in the darkness, so low light.
Yeah.
Around the corner of a building, what is presumably on the other side of this building, possibly in an alleyway, from what we can see, you can hear what sounds like 2 people discussing rough voices, but you cannot discern the words.
Can I discern if it's like the tone as far as like, is it anxious, panicky, is it
So the tone is like this. Like, we need to talk, and we need to get this, we need to talk, and we need to figure out what we're saying, and we need to figure it out right now. We need to get this conversation over with.
okay, I'm going to like kind of tap you on the shoulder and kind of point out what I'm hearing. I let you know, like, I hear something over here. This is what it sounds like. Sounds like they're trying to hurry out of here without being seen or anything. Is it just 2 voices, multiple voices? What do I hear?
For all you can hear is 2 voices.
I say I hear 2 around this corner. Do you want to go check it out?
I say, I hear many voices, priest. Would you like me to consult them?
I think about it for a second. No, come with me. We just go.
Okay. I'm right behind you.
Alright, so we go around the corner where I hear the voices. What do we run into? I want it to be known that I do have like my halberd. I'm ready to strike if I need to.
Yeah, my pistol's out. So we turn the corner,
Yep.
and there are 2 just rough-looking motherfuckers, 2 men,
Right. I mean, you would imagine them to be so.
and they turn around, they pull their guns, and basically they're like, "What the fuck? Who are you?"
Alright, I'm going to roll for diplomacy to calm things down immediately. Since it didn't immediately turn into let's shoot, and they went for who are you? I'm going to do a diplomacy check here, see if I can't get things to calm down and proceed to talk about things civilly and then get information out of them from there. But right now, just diplomacy check. 9, I think that's going to be a 14 for my diplomacy. Yeah, 14.
I'm sorry, you cast you roll a 14.
Yeah, for diplomacy.
What are you saying? What are you trying to say?
As soon as they go, who are you? Diplomacy is more of a. It's going to be more of a bodily. I'm not going to like try to say anything. I'm just going to come around and I'm going to take from my ready position with my halberd, I'm going to go to a more relaxed position, hand up kind of thing, and just go, we're just looking for information about, the layout of this area kind of thing. Like, we just got here 4 hours ago, just trying to figure some stuff out.
High or low?
Fuck, at this point, high. This is going to be low.
We'll roll separate this time. You going for high?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. If I say low again, it's going to get the ultimate.
Fucking 32.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm not kidding. You know what? We're going to do a reroll because this is absurd. Reroll. It is a 95. So
I told you. There was one right around the corner.
Okay. I'm not just giving you that one. I gave you the reroll, but you rolled a 95.
Okay.
They're going to tell you if you are new, and this is this is the first time we've heard the name of this district. If you are new to the Boil,
Okay.
then you'd better find a place to lay low. And that you're lucky it was them you ran into, and that nothing down here is free.
Okay, and then I ask, well, for 2 labored hands, do you think you could, do you think we could go with you guys and kind of learn, but like, trying to think about the best way to word this. Okay, so I explained that I'm a priest and can perform many duties that a priest could. I explained, I can heal, I can treat wounds, things like that. I'm good in a fight, and I gesture to you, and I say he's also good in a fight. And we obviously, if we go off on our own here, we're not going to be able to likely end up dead within the next 2 days. So this is still me trying to be diplomatic here and saying, so we would like to offer you 2 henchmen in return for your help.
Well, I rolled a happy face.
Roll a happy face.
So he's going to say, you'll feed yourselves, but we'll give you a place to sleep.
Okay.
You do your work, you do what we tell you to do, and you find your own food.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to follow them back down a series of alleyways. From time to time, we see another ruffian, backed up against some brick or adobe wall in the alleyway, and as they pass, they all nod at each other. They're obviously associated with one another. And then we get into a warehouse that's underground. What it looked like, we opened these doors to a small basement turned into an underground warehouse.
Okay.
Inside there is a fucking enterprise. Okay, I'm talking drugs, guns, ammunition, the whole black market deal. I mean, they've got it all. And
I don't know how my character's going to deal with.
right. Well, I mean, we're in an underhive, so there's only so much we can
Well, so
do.
it's what do we depict as evil kind of thing in this situation? These are all necessities at this point.
Right. I mean, the name of the game for an underhive is desperation.
Right.
So, I guess that depends on your character's perception of, morality and ethics, where it's concerned is, in a desperate situation, is it evil to do X? For your own survival, is it evil to do X? So,
Okay.
in this case, we have not seen them necessarily hurt anyone.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out how my seeing this go. All right, how do I?
But they're obviously hustling guns. So.
Right. But I mean, think about it the same way. guns are a necessity. I mean, fuck, I carry one. I'm ready when I go. It's just a way of life. I don't think I would see this as. I mean, and especially even when it comes to the drugs, I don't know. See that as an neglect. I mean, neither escapism. I mean, there's a difference. This world has a completely skewed sense of good and evil for the Warhammer side of things. So I don't really think I've seen anything that would make me go, "This is fucked. I can't be here."
Right.
I mean, you even put that in that all, good might not actually define what the Emperor is.
Right. Because the Emperor is not. I mean, that's subjective. Whether the Emperor is good or whether the Emperor is bad or whether he's neutral, that's subjective.
Exactly.
As we walk through this building, a servitor lumbers around the corner, and it is a medical servitor. It has the drill and all the standard Warhammer 40k fucking Medicaid shit on it, right? So it's got where you would think it would have like a syringe or something. It has a fucking drill, like a big ass cone of a drill with needles coming off of it, and on the other hand, it's got fucking a clamp with a fucking big leather belt and a loop on it for what's basically a noose that it can strap, and it reaches down and just straps my leg, and it's like assessing, and it goes over to the infection and just drills into it a little bit and starts stabbing into it, and I'm screaming, like, fuck, what the fuck, So that's gonna fix the infection. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. It's giving me a med stem. I'm gonna not go up to 5 health. I'm gonna go to 4 because that's gonna hurt like hell. And then afterwards, it just lets go and
wanders off.
Infection has been treated, and then fucking lumbers away.
Right.
Like a zombie. They don't say anything about it either. They're just like, fuck it. And they just keep walking. We're following them. As soon as I can catch up, I catch up. And they bring us into a back room. And there's a big old motherfucker. Big old ogre. Sitting down in what is damn near a throne, right? It's a fucking ogre-sized chair.
I mean, it would make sense. He's a fuck.
And he's sitting behind this big-ass desk. And he's just sitting there looking menacing. Like what you would think a custodian, just sitting there with a straight face. He's just sitting there, straight face, staring at us. And on his shoulders is a squat. Jesus. And the squat is, he's got like a pimp coat. This is the man, okay? Yep. He's dressed nice. He's dressed fine. He's dressed like what he feels like an upper city hivesman is going to dress like. He's got a fucking cane that's tapping on the desk, sitting on the shoulders of this ogre. And the guy that brings us in there, he says, I got some fresh meat for you. They need a place to stay. And he's like, oh, is that right? And he hops off onto the table. He hops off with this fucking ogre's shoulders. He's like, well, I've got a job for you. Now, I can give you a place to stay, but you're going to have to get your hands dirty.
Alright, and I inquire into what the job may be.
I roll, and I start to talk, and I say, the voices.
Alright, I cut you off. And I'm just like, I cut you off. And I just immediately say, what's the job?
So he's going to stare at me for a second. He's going to look at you and stare at me for a second. And he looks at you and he says, I actually don't know this lore, but I assume, let's look this up. So I'm just going to use the word Bible because
Okay.
I'm not going to try to pronounce all that Latin shit right now.
All right,
Because
fair
it's
enough.
almost midnight. So basically, what he says to you is that a Bible for the Emperor of Mankind?
And I immediately just, yes, I am a priest of the Emperor.
He's going to tell you that does you no good down here. And he starts to laugh and he says, a priest and a witch. He says, how about you deliver a message for me? There's a mortuary. Down the road, you'll find a plaza with a big fountain in the middle of it. The fountain doesn't work. It's a giant piece of shit. But on the far end of this plaza, you'll find one corner of it that actually reaches a corner of buildings. The rest of the corners open up into sections of the street. So you can't miss it because it's the only corner that you can meet a dead end. At this corner is the entrance to a mortuary. Inside of this mortuary is a body. And I want that body. I specifically want the head dismembered from this body on a fucking pole and brought back into my office.
Part of me wants to ask the reason, but I know it's a bad idea.
The voices are unsure if this is a good idea.
We kind of give you the side eye.
Well, you gotta DM for that because I can't do that for myself. That's just not fair.
Oh, as far as what he's gonna react.
And I'm just improvising all this shit, right? None of this shit's planned, so
Right,
we're
obviously.
just going with it. Just go with the flow.
Alright, so obviously I'm gonna give you the side eye of like shit. And then he's gonna take one look at you, and he's just gonna alright, so he looks at you and he goes, whether it's a good idea or not, you really don't have a choice. Because you've seen our operation now, so we can't just let you walk. And then he looks at me and says, so what's it gonna be? And I'm going to tell him, we'll go see about your body. That's all I say.
Who is this individual?
Is that your character asking or me?
We need to know whose head we are retrieving.
Alright. So, he tells you all you need to know. He said it is somebody who took something of mine and want it back.
So, when we enter this mortuary, the voices are unsure how we will find this individual.
He looks over at one of the guys in the room, and he has them turn, and then he pulls the shirt down, like the collar of their neck on their shirt. He pulls it down, and you can see there's a brand on the back of the neck. It says, "Be wearing this brand."
The voices will find him. They will find him.
Alright.
Alright, so they basically just let us loose. I mean, they're like, okay, y'all look like you're in good health now. You're not fucking dying. Go do your job and you'll have a place to sleep.
Okay. So we're gonna head out in the direction of the plaza that he gave us. Again, I'm gonna be making sure I map, like, mentally, how to get back to where this is. I don't want to, get lost and be like, well, fuck, now we're really fucked.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm with you. We're going to start heading that way. Opinion on this, so what are you thinking about this?
Alright, so we enter the plaza, and it's actually quite busy. There are people traveling around, just going about their lives, and in a manner of speaking, they're all moving in very hurriedly. Right?
Yeah.
But this plaza is obviously like a highway of sorts that people have to use to traverse this Underhive. And at least in this sector of it, right, within the Boil. There is a fountain in the middle, and behind this fucking fountain is this cylindrical wall going up. And about 20 feet up on this wall, there are mounted turrets. And these are like Astra Militarum, like bolter turrets, okay?
Right.
There are blinking red lights above them, and there's a you can tell there's like a battlement almost going around it, and that there are people walking up there, but we can't see who they are, what they are, or anything like that. But there is this cylinder goes all the way up. It's like we're outside, but we're inside at the same time, because
right.
it's so expansive above us that it may as well be a sky, but at the top of that sky is a giant fucking metal roof. And the cylinder goes all the way up in through the roof, and down it there's slits, almost like an arrow slit, that goes all the way down, and there's this fucking glow, like there's lava on the inside coming through it.
Right.
Below that is this, what is essentially like a L-shaped shopping center of rundown buildings, and at the corner we can clearly see a sign that is indicating that this, a very vulgar sign that is indicating that this is a fucking mortuary.
Okay.
There are two men standing outside of the door. Both of them are dressed in a suspiciously blue fashion. Right? They've got like leather armor.
Right. It looks like a uniform of sorts.
Yeah, they're gang members, clearly.
Right. Did we see anybody in that operation wearing those colors?
No. The members in the warehouse were not so easily identifiable. Those guys are businessmen, right? They're definitely more businessmen than they are just straight up gangbangers. Those are like the mafia versus a fucking gang. Not that these gangs aren't dangerous. I mean, if they weren't dangerous, then those guys probably would just take them out. But
Exactly.
everything's dangerous down here. The fucking rats will kill you.
Yeah, we found that out.
That was the point of that, right? The fucking rats will kill you. They've got a challenge rating 2. And we nerfed it.
Yeah, we did nerf it. So, I'm going to say we go over there. This is me talking directly to you. I think we should go over there. We need to have some story as to how, why we're getting in there. We're looking for somebody. But we don't want them to know that we're affiliated with the group that we were with. We don't know their relation. That's clearly a gang. We don't know if they're affiliated with them or if they are against them. We don't want to fuck that up. So I'm asking you, how do you think we should go about it?
I sense that you find my insight a little unnerving, but try letting me do the talking this time.
Okay. I'm just gonna fucking go with it. I mean, shit.
Alright, so we're going to walk up to these two, and you're going to DM their part, right?
Right, I figured.
So we're walking right up to them. I'm not trying to hide anything. My fucking hood is down. You can see my fucking bald-ass head and my bright blue glowing eyes.
Right.
And I'm just walking straight towards the door. I'm not walking directly towards either of them. I'm not making eye contact with them. I'm walking straight to that door.
So as they notice you clearly walking up, you can see them, like, visibly, like, stand up and, like, kind of prepare for something as if something might happen. And as you get closer, you're noticing they're not making anything to show up, stop you or anything. And you get within about 10 feet of the door. And one of the guards says, "State your business."
I look at him and I go,
Oh, shit.
yes. Yes, this is the one. I'm gonna roll an intimidate check.
Hold on. Trying to decide how I wanna. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you.
So it's a 15, and I'm gonna go, there are spirits within this building. They are speaking to me. I must see these spirits now. It is of grave importance. I have been told of you. I know all about you.
Both the
You
guards
do not want what is going to happen to happen. You want me to go inside of this building. You need a witch today.
So the guards look to me, and they're just kind of like, "The fuck's with this guy? What's going on here?" And I hold up the Bible. Do they recognize it? You have to DM this part.
Everyone's going to recognize the Imperial Aquila.
Okay. So this is going to be me playing this off a little bit, and I'm going to, because I've had my, right, so I got a spell back, right?
Right, so what you can do, we could do like a synergy, if you wanted, where basically you assist mine.
This is what I'm about to do. That's literally...
And it would just give me a +2, or you could roll a diplomacy check on top of that to see if it would... It's a double-edged sword.
I'm doing both.
Okay.
If this and you'll see how when I do make sure I spell, and then you can decide if it gets both the bonuses or if it's going to use which one. I'm going to let you decide that as the DM.
Okay.
So I hold it up and I say, "I'm a priest of the Emperor of Men." And I open up the book, and as I open up the book, I cast light on the pages so that it shines. And I'm going to read a passage from the book, and then after I read that passage, I'm going to slam it shut, and then put it back down. And I'm going to say that we need to go in there because these spirits that are in there, that are inside your oh my god, I can't speak. I'm just going to say morgue, because I'm fucking it up so bad. So inside your morgue are going rampant, and if left unchecked, can lead to chaos.
I would say we've got this in a bag. My character's going to start thrashing his head around, like, the voices, they are angry.
Alright.
If I'm thinking of the perspective of an Imperial citizen, whether they're in a fucking underhive or not, they're going to be probably scared shitless of what is happening right now. I know you rolled a 2, but I don't think you should have to roll.
I was rolling.
You casted the spell and everything. I wasn't even going to make you roll for that.
So I was going to roll it. I was going to have them against your intimidation, and that was their roll.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I think we've got that in a bag. What I would say these guys do is they just kind of like
Well, yeah, you're in control of them right now.
nudge each other like, fuck, bro. And they're just like, yeah. They don't even talk about it. It's just like, yeah, okay. They just fucking take off running, man. Now, they're probably going to go report to whoever they report to.
Yeah,
Which we
so
would be
you-
aware that is probably what's going to happen. But
Right,
all we got to do is cut off a fucking head.
right. So, alright, so we go in. What are we seeing when we get in there?
What was the symbol?
I didn't give it a description. I'll let you play out it. But I will give you one if you'd like.
3-pointed crown with a diagonal cross going through it.
Sounds good.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk when we walk in, I'm gonna assume that there's like a mortuary. I don't even know what those guys are called. The people who actually do the mortuary work. I don't care what they're called, but
yeah, I don't
that
know.
guy, I assume there's gonna be one of those guys in there. I mean, should still be during the day. And I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I am looking for a body that has this symbol on his neck. And I'm going to just look at him with my big glowing eyes and say, where is it?
You can see that when you describe the symbol to him, that it's visible. He kind of makes a face that like he recognizes exactly what, like he knows of that symbol, and he just immediately asks, "What does he want with the body?"
No, I want to keep the body.
It's gotten so bad.
So, a witch just walking in the fucking place is like, yeah, I want this body. I want to keep it.
So this is when I'm at my character step in. I want you to know, I do fully intend to play the two priests where the guy has a split personality, and at one point he's gonna be a priest at one side, and at another point he's gonna be a priest to the other. It's literally gonna be like he's two different fucking names, everything. His entire personality is gonna change. That's how I'm gonna play the character, and it's just gonna change what priest you were.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
And so I think between you doing that and me doing this, it's gonna be a fucking shit show.
Yeah,
for
it's
everyone.
just nonsense, man.
Because imagine if you were doing shit like that and that's what you just did, and then my evil side
I feel like this is honestly like tame for an unsanctioned psyker who's just battling with voices and
you're
shit.
being
Like,
very tame,
they're just all gotta be the weirdest motherfuckers. So
for sure. So I'm gonna step in, and I'm gonna immediately be like, what my associate means to say is that we've been sent here to inspect a body with the symbol on it in order to ascertain an item that has been taken. And we need to inspect the body.
high or low?
Shit. I'm gonna go low.
52.
Shit.
I'm not gonna show you this body. You need to get out.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for diplomacy here.
I'm gonna pull my gun.
You are? Your character?
Yeah, pull my gun.
Right.
You roll for diplomacy. I'm pulling my gun.
Alright. This is gonna be good cop, bad cop. As soon as you pull your gun, I'm gonna go, my friend here is ready to put a bullet in. I'm gonna give you the option. I'm gonna give you the option to come with us. You can watch us inspect the body in the whole 9 yards, or I'm gonna step out of the way and let him do his. So let me roll for diplomacy here. It's an 8.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Right, you need to roll for an intimidation.
Oh, I'm not intimidating. I'm gonna shoot him.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not intimidating. I pulled the gun out to shoot his ass. So, I mean, we're about to have a bunch of gang members show up. So, we gotta get the fuck in and out of this building.
Yep.
I rolled a 2. So, I just fired off a round, like, to the side of him.
As soon as you miss, I am going to take my halberd and try to knock him to the ground. And when I knock him to the ground, the goal is that it would put him in a calm state that I could then follow up with a, like when we go to roll initiative. Well, I guess that would, initiative's over at this point, so we need to roll initiatives for a fight. So let's roll initiatives.
Well, he
We're not
rolled a
gonna be able
4.
to do it. I got a 10.
I rolled a 22.
Alright, so you're first.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Go on, I think you.
Rolled a 5.
Alright, so again, you're just right into the wall, and at this point, he's already he's grabbed at his gun, he's going to pull it out, he's like, what the fuck is happening?
I
What did
gave
you
him
roll?
a chance. I told him what I wanted, and he told me no.
So, what did he roll? Is he next, or am I next?
You're next.
Okay.
You rolled a 5.
I am going to take the tip of my halberd, and I'm going to fucking drive it into his chest. Shit.
You did not.
Clearly.
But you're ready to strike now.
Yep.
You're like, and it slipped, and you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
Yeah, he's stretched out on the fuck, he's about to shoot my buddy, but we're here now.
17, so he shoots me with an auto pistol, which I think is a 1d6.
I have a pistol, yeah, 1d6.
It is a 1d6. Because he rolled a 17. 6. I'm dead.
Fuck's sake, man. It's gonna be a short-lived little...
Yeah, this is going to be hard. Well, this is going to be way
Yeah.
harder than normal D.
Well, I mean, shit, the characters we're gonna...
It's not going to be as hard as a fucking Rogue Trader, but it's still going to be hard.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna fucking...
I'm not dead. I'm unconscious, though.
Right.
He just shot me like...
I'm gonna say what happened is he shot you and he got you in the shoulder. And when he got you in the shoulder, it knocked you to the ground and you...
Yeah. And I
That's what I'm gonna
breathed
say
death
happened.
again.
Yep. So, again, I'm gonna fucking stab him.
No, you were not.
Fuck.
Alright, man. So, he's
I think
behind
we're
the
just
counter,
dead.
right?
I think we're
And you
good.
go to stab this motherfucker, and you go, "Foop," and you just fucking smack yourself in the face with a blade. You take 1d4 damage.
Jesus fuck. Christ. Yeah,
You
it's
take 3 damage.
So 4 health.
He's gonna roll to attack.
Yeah.
He gets a 9, so he's gonna miss you.
Alright. Stabby, stab,
He's got an
stab.
8 plus 1. I give him a plus 1 initiative. He's just a regular
Okay.
dude.
Alright, well, I missed again.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Yeah, we're fucked.
He missed.
Alright. First time's the charm.
You hit.
We fucking in there. Alright. Gotta be kidding me.
Two.
Oh, fuck. I'm dead.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're
fucking-
fucking knocked out. You're knocked
I'm
out.
fucking
bro.
dead.
Okay, so we're both unconscious.
I think we're just dead. Gangs are gonna get in there and they're gonna be like, well, this.
So we wake up. In the fucking blue base with Caboose.
Oh shit. We're in the blood.
In the blood gold. No, we wake up in the blue base, right?
Yeah.
With the blue gangsters. And I mean, we're in a room, tied up. Our wounds are tended to, so that we're not dying. But we are 100% prisoners.
Yeah.
Inside of this room with us is a beast man with 2 clubs, one in each hand, just huffing and strolling back and forth, pacing, waiting for us to wake up. He's not paying complete attention to us. He's a bit of a savage.
Okay. I'm just gonna open it up here with. I see you have 2 clubs. My buddy here has multiple pieces, so I think they all need to go that way.
How well am I bound? Like, am I completely bound by rope or something?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say legs. Your wrists are tied together, palms inward, and they're tied with thick twine, right? You know the thickness of twine.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And it's wrapped around multiple times. It's enough that you try to pull, nothing's really coming. Your hands are in front of you, bound, palms facing each other, and then your legs are bound around the ankles, and we're both sitting on the ground.
Okay. So I need to see if I can cast this spell before anything further happens. Yeah, this requires somatic components. I can't do shit. Ouch. I don't think I have a lot of strength. I do not.
Yeah, I have average strength, 0 modifier. I'm assuming they took all of our weapons.
Yeah, they stripped us.
Alright, so we're just butt-ass naked.
I mean, we might have clothes on still. I'll be naked.
What a shame. I have it in my backstory that I have a robo penis. So
You have a robo penis?
I have a robo penis.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, could use that to cut our way through.
I mean, you could. Yeah.
I do not have a robo penis. So it's not in my background.
Okay. I mean, I didn't give it to you. It's highly possible.
Is there anything on the ground nearby that we could rub the twine against? Because again, it is twine, so it is easily cut.
I'm gonna say no. This is. I mean, I'm sure they take a lot of prisoners. I mean, you've already got his attention, so. He's gonna look at us and he roars real fucking loud, starts slamming the clubs down on the ground. Boom, 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 boom. Slowly walking towards us.
Do I, How long were we out? Were we out long enough to get any spells back? We're out long enough to hit.
I'm gonna say it wasn't a rest, right?
Okay.
Because we were very badly wounded. So we're not gonna recover any spells. We only recovered health because we didn't actually get rested.
Right. Well, shit. There goes that idea.
I mean, I have spells, but they require somatic components, and my hands are bound.
Right. My idea was I was going to make a light up and see if we could get his attention that way, and then try to unbind ourselves while he was focusing there. But that doesn't work because we don't have that. So I'm going to start, trying to talk with him, figure out what's going on, and try to keep his attention solely focused on me, in the sense that I'm going to try to scoot away from you and lean up against a wall that would require him to put most of his vision away.
All right.
So I'm just asking him questions. Where are we? What's going on? You know.
So the only response that he's willing to give, and he's just, when he talks, he just screams. Screams and roars. He's a fucking savage.
Okay.
Savage beast man. And he just keeps screaming that he's not supposed to talk to the prisoners.
And then, okay, so I tell him, alright, well, let's not talk to each other then. I'll talk to myself, and you talk to yourself. And I start talking to myself, and I say, I wonder why I'm here. It'd be cool if someone could tell me.
Higher level.
Yeah, look, man, you're not playing into what I was hoping. My idea was down and then go from there. So I'm just trying to keep attention. So I'm gonna go low again.
He just tells you, I'm not supposed to talk to the prisoners, screaming. I'm gonna roll, see what the voices say. The voices love this situation. They think that this is exactly where we are supposed to be. Our fate is foretold.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell him, well then, go get somebody who can talk to us. They would want to know that we're awake.
There's a banging at the door. Beastman goes and opens the door, and a man comes in. He dismisses the Beastman. Then he comes in with a chair and he sits it down. And he sits in the chair and he says, "Okay, I want to know what you were doing inside of our mortuary, and I want to know why you stabbed. Why did you stab our mortician with a fucking halberd?" That's what I want to know.
I'm gonna say. Actually, I'll let you you kick it off.
Okay. Well, the voices, they don't think we should tell you that. The voices, they do not trust you. The voices do not like you. The voices think that I should kill you.
And alright, so he's gonna look at you, and he's just like, I'd really love to see that work in your current situation. And then he turns to me and goes, and your thoughts on this? And I'm going to return with, to be fair, I don't, I would say I nicked him with a halberd. And if you look at my face, I did more damage to myself than him.
He's gonna find some humor in that. He's gonna love that. He's definitely not happy about what the witch said.
Nope.
He does not trust me. But there's nothing I can do about that. That's what the dice say. So.
Well, my character, I've decided the way I'm going to is it's going to be set with the morals of the character itself will determine what's good and evil, but his morals are based on his religion's beliefs.
Right.
So, and that is why I've been sticking it out with you, and I think we all know that deal. So I've been sticking it out with you, and that's what I gave nothing because you decided you don't want to talk to me. So I'm like, well, fuck it, we're not talking. And that's how I'm going about this. That's how I'm going to play off of the party and the characters as a priest. Does that seem like that would work? That makes sense?
I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do in this situation. I mean, even if you...
Well, no, I'm talking about in general when it comes... Because I need to make sure
I'm playing it around the correct way. Otherwise, I would be freeze. So
there's so many iterations of what people are taught of how you should act as far as an worshiper of the Emperor. I mean, you have fucking planets that I'm sure have cults of
every planet has a cult.
fucking drinking blood and sacrificing in the Emperor's name and shit like that. I mean, you can really spin a priest on just about any way. You know, I think that a lot of, like, if you read online or look at like Reddit and stuff, I think a lot of people are trying to look at things from like a Terran aspect, but that only really reaches so far. It's like, you know, it's like telephone, you know, as you go from planet to planet to fucking planet to planet. And not every planet has, most planets probably don't have more than a single fort of Astro military presence. The rest is just planet culture.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough. Alright. Okay, just want to make sure that was played off right.
I mean, if we were in, like, we are definitely not in segmentum solar, so we're not in the same solar system as Terra. You know, we're somewhere fucking out there.
Yeah, I would imagine we're probably closer to the outskirts where either the orcs or the fucking hives are at and shit like that. For the, or not the hives, the, oh my god, the Tyranids.
We're not going to have to worry about any threat from an external faction, because that would just mean...
I know we're not. I know we're not. I'm saying I would imagine we're closer to the of their territory.
Yeah, we're not in any
immediate
danger
I saw
from
you
that.
had
We're not
Eldar
in the
shit.
nicest places either. You know, we're
I saw
not in
you had
fucking
Eldar
ultra
weapons in your books. We might be near the fucking Eldar. Like, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm gonna ask you. Let's see what the voices say. Voices are angry. The voices want to know why you are keeping dead men in that building. The dead men that we want.
Visibly sigh. My just be like, God damn it.
What does it say?
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry, I'm not used to doing the whole dual DMing thing, so yeah, it's catching me off guard. He's gonna stop and he's gonna ask you very directly and bluntly, do you know what a morgue is?
What a what?
What a morgue is, a morgue, or whatever you're calling it. A mortuary?
Oh, yes.
Mortuary, thank you.
But did the voices not tell you we were coming?
He kind of chuckles. He goes, no. Not everyone's batshit crazy like you are.
Do you mean to tell me that you cannot hear the voices too?
He just looks at you. And then looks over at his savage that he has. What about you? Do you hear the voices? And he just kind of shakes his head and just goes, I only have the one voice. And he looks back at you and he goes, see? Just the one.
Well, clearly I'm smarter than he is. I should be hearing far more voices than him.
God damn it.
I have 16 intelligence, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I have 13 intelligence.
I know I'm smarter than that fucking savage. The fucking abhuman. Damn mutant.
And he tells the savage, he goes, shut this one up. and he comes over there, and he takes the club, and he hits you in the stomach with the club to make you kill over, and then just kind of pulls you off to the side. You're going to take a D4 of non-lethal.
2.
Alright, so you're at 2 non-lethal. And then he's going to look back at me, and he goes, I want to hear from him again. He's not going to get anywhere with this. What were you after when you went into our and attempted to take a body? Alright. Now I'm simply going to answer. We were sent to get something back that was taken by the individual whose body we were going to look at.
What individual?
I explained the symbol. Said we were come to get the item from the person with a symbol, and I described the crown crossed through it on the back of their neck.
He has the Beastman hit me in the stomach again, and then he says, we can do this all day. You're going to have to tell me everything. You don't have a choice. You will tell me everything. So you may as well go ahead and do it.
I reiterate, say, I was not told what I am going to get. All I was told.
By who? I want to know everything.
We're told by an ogre, very large man, in a warehouse. I mean, we got here. I mean, is it the next day? Has it been a full day by now?
I would say it's night now.
So it's night, so about 12 hours have gone by.
I would say more like, yeah, around 10, 12 hours.
Okay, so I'm going to explain everything. Everything true, leaving out the squat, only mentioning that we were told by the ogre to come get it. So,
Would you be able to point me, if I let you go, and the witch, could y'all show my men where this warehouse is?
and I tell him, I can't show you where the warehouse was. We were told to meet them back at the location that we first met the guys, at that little shack. We were told to meet them back there with the item, and from there, they would take us back. They had us, when we went in, and when we came out, they had us hooded. They didn't want us knowing where we were. Tell him I'm assuming it was some kind of to be trusted enough to be a part of things. Just
We'll give you the head. You take it back, and we'll tell you. And I'll have a runner, so even if y'all do something wrong, the runner will get away. He will get to me. We will know. And we will send everybody. All you have to do is bring the head back. Make everybody happy. Make them happy. Make us happy. We're not going to do anything right now. We just want to know where it is. I won't do anything without planning first.
I look over to your character,
Look over to where?
like your character, and right in front of him, I'm just gonna look at you and say, "What do you think? Who should we trust?"
Well, I think the Beastman will have to die. I rolled an angry face. Apart from that, I have no issues with any of this, but the voices are demanding the death of the savage.
I look back at him, and I say, "Well, what's the information worth?"
Well, the information for one is worth your lives because we will let you go.
Right, but downside is after don't manage to wipe them out. Not saying that y'all can't, but let's say y'all don't manage to wipe them out. It is my head on.
Well, you will have to just fuck off then, won't you? As soon as you get a chance. And then get away from everything here. Since, you know, you fucked up. I mean, you can die here, or you can take the deal.
I look at you and I just say, "We'll have to come back for the beast man." And I look at him and say, "Deal."
Okay. I look to you, and I tell you, you cannot avoid fate. When a beastman must die, that beastman must die. If you say we will return, we will return. And I'll look to the boss. I'm like, we will do as you ask, but the savage is mine.
He's gonna give a chuckle, and then he's just gonna look you, and he's gonna get like closer to you, and he's just gonna say, "If you make it back."
Alright, they're going to blindfold us, obviously. They're not
Right.
going to let us know where this place is. And they're going to take us back to the morgue.
Right.
They drop us off. We go inside. We get the head. We go back out of the plaza. We got it in a sack. And we're heading back. And I tell you that when we finish, I want to burn down the morgue and leave a message. I want to leave a sign, and I want the sign to say, "I want my savage."
So are we alone in the morgue?
No, we're back in the plaza.
So we have the head bit.
Let me roll, actually. I'm not worried about the beast man right now. The
Okay.
voices do not care.
Alright. So we have the head.
We have the head.
Alright, so we're gonna start heading back. We're gonna walk by where the warehouse is. We're not gonna stop there. We're just gonna walk by. We're gonna follow the same route, like, to the warehouse from the plaza, so we'll go back that way. And then we'll take from the warehouse entrance back to the shed. And then two things that I'm going to try to do on this route is, one, I want to try to see if I can spot our tails. And two, if we go by anybody that we recognize as part of their, group or anything, I'm going to try to signal that we have tails.
So, it's we can tell we have tails because we know we have tails. They're not wearing the blue though, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you've got men with snipers, with semi-automatic auto guns, scoped, and they're going into buildings, and they're clearly watching us through the scopes. They're not just tailing us down alleyways all willy-nilly. They're being efficient. We know we're being watched this way. So we know if we do anything obvious, they might fucking shoot us. And we probably won't live through this one.
Alright, I'm not trying to do anything. I would have much preferred to just take their side and, hey, this is where the warehouse is. Problem was, because I feel like they were... Problem is, my trusty companion did not want to do.
Well,
so
when the voices are angry,
no, I get it. Hey, I
the
get
witch
it.
is angry.
You play your character. That it just really sucks that the dice were. They have not been kind to us the entire session.
Yeah, they've not been kind to us at all. They really haven't. I mean, we could have had worse rolls in some of these cases.
Yeah, it's real fucking bad. Alright, so I'm just gonna try to, again, we'll take the path, we'll see as well. They have scopes on us. Doesn't mean they can hear what we're saying. I understand that there's possibly, they have a device that could do that. Don't know for certain.
I would like to cast a spell.
Okay.
I assume we can see some of the mafia types, the squatsmen.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Ghost Sound. I rolled a 16, so I'm able to tame the energies. And I'm going to use Ghost Sound to deliver the message from afar.
Okay. Alright, who do you spot? Who do you,
Just the nearest motherfucker I can see that I know. Like, that's one of his boys right there. I'm gonna tell him, there's a motherfucker behind us in the broken building with a rifle. And he's one of the other guys. And
One of the blue guys?
He's a tail.
Okay, do you mention anything? That's it? That's...
No, I'll tell him.
Okay. High or low?
I'm gonna go high.
Alright,
18.
So this was the one that I was doing. Like, this would be the signal digits. So this would actually be a
it's
double
18
zero.
is what it is, man. But it says...
Well, I mean, they're both D10s, right? So this was what I was going to say is the 80. Because I was doing the first one as the double digits when I was... So this would have been 80, and this would be a double zero, so that's just
what
80.
are we rolling for?
Whether or not he recognizes us. So, you said high, or did you say low?
I said high.
Alright, so yeah, that's an 80. Okay, so... and you see him shuffle into one of the buildings that was near the warehouse. We didn't see anything. And then we just continue on, and we just head to our shack.
Alright, but as we get to the shack, we can hear the gunshots behind us.
Okay. I mean, we've been hearing gunshots the whole time, so...
Well, we can hear them close. We know. We know what it is. And that's it. We can walk back. We'll go in, turn it in, let boss squat man know that that we had a tail. He took care of it. And we'll just tell him everything, I guess, if that's what you want to do.
I mean, fuck it, yeah. We kind of picked a side on that. So we'll go ahead and say yes to that, and then also let him know as payment. There's a savage that we're.
Oh yeah, I want to definitely discuss. What's the plan of hostility towards this game?
Yeah, because this is us asking about as payment for not selling you out. We did the task you wanted to get in. We went above and beyond to not sell you out.
Yep, we got your head. We got tortured.
And yet we still let you know about the tail.
I am willing to fight. Will you
to
help
get
us?
myself to get my savage.
Will you help me get this savage?
Climbs up. He climbs off of his ogre, steps down, comes over to you, and just kind of waves you to get lower. Do you kneel? Like, do you get lower?
Oh yeah, I'm in this conversation.
He puts his hand on. And he says, "You will have it."
Oh yes.
And he looks over to the two guys that we initially. He said, "These two are your responsibility. I'll call for you when it is time for y'all to do your job."
I tell him, you have earned the service of the Whispers of the Warp.
I think all in all, that's probably a good place to call.
Definitely. I think for a level 1 psyker, the mana pool,
I think that worked well, especially since you only have so
many.
many.
The cost works really well.
Yeah. So I think that works well for you. I will say.
You're cutting out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I will say, the only thing I can think of that is slightly aggravating.
Well, we need to know, right? Because this is what we're doing. This is what we're testing.
With how hard this is.
With how what? You keep cutting out.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it? If I do this, are you hearing push the button?
You're just cutting out. I don't know. You haven't done that this whole time.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
That sounded good.
Okay. With how hard this is, especially when it comes to with bigger fights and people, I do think the priest getting maybe one more spell in his cantrips per day.
Maybe. I did give him infinite cantrips at one point.
Yeah, but it's at 7th.
Yeah.
Maybe, honestly, maybe if it was like infinite cantrips at like fucking Earth level, because if you look, that's 5 cantrips in a day already, and these are your fucking cantrips, and casting them 5 times. I mean, I only had 2 spells a day, and with how things went, I still, like, with the rest that we took and everything as well, and that allowed us to get some of our spells back.
Well, you're greatly nerfed for your class, too. You should be wearing armor, for sure. Right? Because, I mean, that's part of your class features. You should have a much higher AC.
Yeah, but I figured with the way we were...
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it didn't really feel right to come in.
it would
with
definitely feel
fucking-
good to earn it, but you're nerfed for your class just because you should have you're an armored spellcaster,
Right.
which is a big deal.
Yeah, maybe I just needed some armor. Maybe that's all it was. I don't know, man. I think all in all, though, first off, setting's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun playing that, and I have a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be as far as the two DMs
Yeah,
and having to like try to play off of like what are they building, what are we building. Neither of us having an idea of what direction things are going in. A lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
well, I think it's going to be fairly easy just because the fact that we're not hopefully involving war. We're not
No, it should
using.
be.
I mean,
It should be pure fucking survival.
yeah, we're not
You're-
joining
The goal of the campaign should be either find a way to have put a foundation in well enough that you're settled, or get the fuck out of the Undercity.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, you're not joining
We're gonna-
an organization that's big or anything. The goal of the campaign should be
Build an empire, get out of the Undercity. It'll be
get
one
out
of
the
those
Underhive.
things.
Yeah, that should be
Yeah.
the goal of the campaign, is to get the fuck out of the Underhive. And with that, you are having to do, if you're going to go into a lower hive, and you're a fucking psyker, or a beast man, or some sort of abhuman that this planet doesn't know or understand, then you're a mutant. Even if you're sanctioned, you're a mutant as far as the people are concerned here. So you're going to have to do some incredible shit. And this planet, this governor, somebody important is going to have to essentially sanction you on this planet. And you're going to
Right.
have to be a beast man who has earned that kind of respect, or a pellager who's literally a fucking fish person who's earned, or a witch